Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over some analysis on singles and pretty much what you can do to help look for kind of some opportunities in singles. Um, I've watched Nostalgia's video on the fact that there are opportunities a lot in illustration rares in a lot of sets, and I'm seeing this in the data. And for this video, I've used this website called TCG Market News. It's a relatively new website. It's still kind of in development technically, and the creator reached out to me to ask me, "Hey, what do I think about it?" And honestly, I think it's pretty great, especially when I know it's gonna keep developing. And I'm just gonna show you how I used it, and I'll leave a link to it in the bottom. There's an affiliate with my channel just to be transparent. But if you don't buy anything, it doesn't really matter. Like otherwise, say it's used for free. So what I wanted to know is okay. So when you first log onto the website, it'll let you choose different TCGs. Obviously, I care about Pokemon, and it'll show you like the winners. And so it'll show you something like this. And what I basically wanted to do is I actually wanted to sort it by date. So I pretty much just clicked on like open all these up, and I was like I wanted to first narrow down which cards actually have like sales. So this example, this Cerulege, like eBay probably is a different story, but TCG Play is just a lot easier for me to look at. So I was like, okay, I don't really want to look at this card too much because there's not that many sales, so I don't really know what's going on. And then this one too. This one's like a little better, but like I kind of want a little more price changes or whatever, or a little more data. So I kind of did that for like all these cards, and I have a list of things that um kind of show you like what cards have recently really gone up, and like there's actually enough sales to be like, okay, it seems like it's kind of accurate price. And what I'm starting to see, like it's not like two things have come out from this. Even though like I'm not a singles expert by any means, like I can kind of see the pattern, and like I do like looking at the data. And what I've been seeing just randomly has been like some quote unquote price manipulation. And I noticed for a lot of cards around like February 7th or 8th, a lot of like illustration words or cards got bought out. And to give a counterexample for that, so on the website, I don't want to just make this like advertise it, but I really did use it this way. There's a losers tab, and I was like, hey, like what cards are I kind of losing? And a lot of them are like not like the non-illustration rares basically. Like yeah, there I see the Leafeon over here, but a lot of these are the more like they're not as like pretty to look at honestly. And I think the pattern really just goes that like there is a lot of potential of these illustration rares, which are more common in these later sets or like Scarlet Violet sets. So I think almost every card here is like an illustration rare of some sort, or pretty close to it. All right, so like Applin, um, yeah, I think that pretty much for singles plays, what you want to do is that you want to catch it like around here, before the jump. But honestly, what you'll see from the graphs is that you'll see a lot of times if you just there's plays where someone has bought a large amount, you'll see a sudden big spike, and then the price just stays there for a little bit. So Applin, it probably that's going to happen. I predict it's going to go even more than this at this point because that's kind of the pattern I'm seeing. So illustration rare, Twilight Masquerade, and like Nostalgianomics says, it's like yeah, the obvious ones are the top cards, like the Eevee and the Greninja. But like, how far is like this Applin down from here? It's like this card over here. It's a $13 card. It is 15. It's like the 19th most expensive card. Like not the most obvious card you'd think for. Although not all these illustration rares. So like if we count illustration rares, one, two, at least what I assume is illustration rares. I'm not an expert on the rarities. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'm not sure. Six. So it's still like the seventh illustration, or so it's still like kind of like higher up in the list, even though it's not the most expensive card. And so it's it's already like a $13 card. And as far as singles go, like I think you mostly care about the near mints cards. So yeah, there's gonna be ones that are like less expensive, and there's gonna be listings like Japanese, but you really care about like skip the lightly play and get the near mints. So you get like that. So that's a pretty good deal, especially when it looks like it's going to go up. And then, so this is an example of a sparser card, which has kind of got like someone bought a lot of it, and it kind of stayed up, but there's not a lot of sales. So you don't necessarily want this to happen because then no one's gonna buy your card, and it might just go back down. But yeah, like around February 10th, someone bought a lot of this shiny Pikachu from Paldean Fates, and yeah, what you'll see is that there's a lot of this, and there's numbers to look at. There's how much is it compared to normal. Normally it's like five at most. There's a 14 over there. There's only 46 available, and that's part of the reason why these singles are so easy to kind of manipulate because there is only so much of these, and I think more and more people are learning like buy up the supply and just hold because like only so many of these cards that kind of exist really. Um, Execute from Surging Sparks. So you see on February 9th, 114 were selling, but normally it was like 20. But this is a decently selling card. Like this is the monthly graph. There's sales like every day. Even before that, it was selling at like 20 a day. And so like honestly, like based on the data, I'm guessing that this is one of the cards that you would see do well. Like if you see a card that's like stagnant for like pretty good demand, like 20, and the price is kind of stagnant, and like it's an illustration rare. Um, Especially for a modern set, but most illustrations are modern sets, then you can just like buy a lot of them, and then the price kind of like stays up for a little bit, and people are actually buying them. There's like eights, 24, four, like it slows down, but like you could still make a good chunk of money. Like that's a $5 price difference. So yeah, this execute, and then that's a surging sparks one. So like, where does that rank in surging sparks? Um, so execute is over here. So it is the 120. It's like the 24th most expensive card. And so yeah, other people have already targeted the other ones, but yeah, it's definitely like I would definitely like actually probably go after this sort of card, especially if you consider other things like it's execute like the most popular Pokemon. It's not, and that's part of the reason why it's cheaper. But it's not like the least popular Pokemon I feel like either. And also look at the art, like have your own sense of aesthetics basically. Um, and it's also great if you can get like a like real estimate of the condition. Okay. There's obviously other singles sort of attributes that like what the cards come in bad condition, how do you resell them, like stuff like that. But again, like if there's a good selling rate, you can definitely flip it. And also, if you are good with grading, if you look at the PSA prices of these cards, and you're able to inspect, like imagine you were the one who actually did buy 100 of these. If you bought 100 of these and you have some eye for which ones are really good, out of the 100, you could just estimate which ones are the PSA 10s and send those in and probably make a good bang for your buck. Because for most cards, if you can get PSA 10, it's definitely worth the money. It's just a lot of PSA 9s, it's when it's not worth it. So it's a very tight game. Growlithe over here, you see 75 selling bought, but you see how the price still continues. So like this is the sort of thing that like you kind of want to see, and there's definitely probably a lot of other cards that are like this. So a lot of times what you can do is also go in TCG Player and you just look up like you need the cards and then just see how the prices are doing and see which ones could be bought out basically, and then you either wait for the buyout if you don't want to buy them all yourself, or you do buy them all yourself. Okay. Next is Enamorous from Twilight. See, there's a big spike over there, and then it actually stays up. And there are sales. Like it's not like just one or two. There's like 40, 50 bought after that for the next few days. It's like you could just literally just buy the cards and relist them. That's pretty obvious, but like it's you're just like moving the product around. Um, Pincer over here. So this is something that's a little different. You're gonna see some items that like this is more like organic demand. I feel like to some extent, it's maybe not, but it seems like this pincer is generally like pretty popular, and it just sort of went up. And so this is a pincer for Twilight Masquerade. Um, so this one kind of already went up. I don't know how much more it will go up. This bronze over temporal forces. I'll probably try to speed up. But you see, over here it didn't have this one event, but yeah, there were recently silver bottle launch, and the price keeps going up. Per chart, prismatic, there was not as many sales, so this is a sparse one, but someone did try to get it from 36 and went from 36 to 50, so that is a pretty big jump. Also consider the quantity, like there's not a lot available. Shift Tree Temple Forces. This is more, there's some jumps, and then there's more like, but it's more like kind of averaged out. This was one I saw in a video the other day, or made a video on, but yeah, this was extreme. This one doesn't have a lot of sales, but the Pokemon's are stamped like someone just bought a lot and it's sustaining this price. But you see how there's not that many, so you're gonna be holding on to products pretty much. Um, Excalibur, Paldea Evolved. This one is more like there were some spikes, but it's also gradual. But honestly, this is one that yeah, if you saw it being kind of gradual and you bought it all, then yeah, you would have gotten all these sales, and it'd be like $20. So it goes from like $13 to $20. That's a big jump for this. Excalibur, Cleffa from City in Flames. Yeah, there was this one over here, 14. It wasn't even that many more like the normal. Like normally it's like five, and then it just kind of kept going up. But Cleffa has been kind of profile because it's one of the top cards of City in Flames. The Ninetales, there's fewer sold, but yeah, a bunch were bought here, and then the price has increased. So, Sandy Gas, Paldea Evolved over here. Um, Menshao, just recently it was bought, and then yeah, the price has jumped. Iron Juggless, Paradox Rift. There is a spike here, and then there. Apon Paradox Rift. So this is a little more gradual, but yeah, there was a bunch of activity in this period, and it just kept going up. So Tinkaturf, Paldea Evolved. Um, yeah, and a lot of these sets I'm looking at, they're actually the more popular sets. So it's also because the sets themselves are increasing in value that like these cards are getting harder to find because people aren't opening as many packs. It's getting more expensive. Um, SV based though, yeah, someone tried to do it 30 over here, but it's not that much more than normal. But yeah, it did raise, but it was like, only like $1. It's more of a smaller gain. Dunspar's Paldea Evolved over here. Yeah. Seems like Paldea Evolved has been a target, and I think as this goes on, the other sets will be targeted more too. Um, and then this is going back to some more like a little older, but Mewtwo for Pokemon Go. Yeah, there were two spikes, and you see over here, it actually happened twice. Someone bought a lot, and then it kind of sustained that price, and people bought more, and it kept going up. So it can have a double sort of growth pattern. Um, yeah, $20 to $55 is very, very, or that's like $30, $55. That's like a double in like a month. So there's definitely a lot of like opportunity for price manipulation for these things. And then Brilliant Stars Trainer Gallery. So this is more of just like a level sort of graph, but this is one that sort of more organically went up. And then this the Skyline from Shining Fates. This is also more organic. So I'm seeing more opportunity in the more modern sets. But yeah, this is the sort of stuff I would recommend. And like to get the initial list of things, I would no, you could use this. You could use other things. When you click on these, you get to TCG Player, so it's just kind of nice. And the website's also kind of fast. But yeah, there are some development things underway, like um, getting data for the next few like more than just 7 day range. If you join the Discord, apparently you can do like feedback if you want things. Like the reason why I'm excited for this is not because I really expect to necessarily like get a lot of direct financial gain, but I think that this will help me make videos for you guys because like yeah, before this like it would take me a very long time to find these singles cards and just to like tell you guys more about plays, but since there's like 20 to 30 cards here, I can clearly show you the pattern of like hey, a lot of illustration words are being targeted and it works. And do like go after these sort of cards like illustration rares, popular sets. You see the prices stay up and like decent demand, and you'll be able to make back your money. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.